Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Mars October Rant series, where I just talk about certain things that I want to talk about and rant about. People by now are well acquainted with what I do on this channel and this series, so I'm going to make a video today about this topic, and I'm not sure how long the video is going to be. Usually my rants are like over 10 minutes, but this one will probably not be that long. But, I just wanted to talk about, it's the new year. It's 2024. I made a video about like what I want to do in the new year and my plans and stuff, but there's something that I did want to talk about, and I've seen a couple other people talk about this, and I also want to talk about it because, people say, oh, it's 2024. It's going to be a great year because 2023 was awful, or put in any year. People said 2020 was awful and 2021 should be better and it's going to be better. It's a new year. But, when it gets down to it, it doesn't matter what the calendar says. If you're not doing what you should be doing, and if you're not doing what you need to be doing, and your behavior is the same, it doesn't matter what the calendar says. If you're just doing the same behavior over and over again, it doesn't matter what numbers on the calendar say. If your behavior is the same, it's going to remain the same. Just because it's January 1st, you're not automatically going to change your mind and be different. You have to do everything in your power to change, and it doesn't matter what the calendar says. And people just mind fuck themselves into thinking that since the calendar says a different year, that they're automatically gonna have a better year. That's not how it works. Some things are granted. I'll give you that. They happen. And, we don't really have any control over it, like world events and stuff like that. But, if you're talking about losing weight, or for me, not drinking soda like I've talked about, or quitting alcohol, or getting out of a toxic relationship or anything like that, that's all decisions that we have to make for ourselves, And just because it's January of 2024, that's not going to make my problems go away. If I don't choose to stop drinking soda, then it doesn't matter if it's 2026, If I still choose to, consume soda, then every year is going to suck, And I remember this one podcast I listened to, and he's like, if you go through a year and it's the end of the year and you don't think that this year was better than the year before that, then you need to change something. Because if you're going to the end of a year and it's not better than the year previously, and you thought that this year was going to be better, then he's right. You have to change something up. There's something wrong that is causing these years to be bad, and you have to change something or fix something, because, every year, that's like a saying, with albums, artists will release an album, and every album they release, or artist or solo singer or whatever, they want every album to be better than the last, and then that's how they look at it. That's how our life should be. Every year should be better and better and better. We should improve. And if you're not improving, like I said, then you need to fix something. Something went wrong and you have to fix it. And, but if you really think about it, people aren't gonna, think that deep about it. People don't really think all that deep. They just think it's a new year, so things are going to be better. And they don't really have the capacity to think deep down and understand that a year in a calendar doesn't mean a fucking thing if you don't put into action and change for yourself, But, a lot of people just don't really think that deep. And it's sad, because there's a lot of good things that you could discover if you just use your mind and actually think about things before you speak. And, I really want to change and stop drinking soda and get better with my health-wise this year. And, also with, getting toxic people out of my life and knowing when to leave, because I don't know if I've ever really talked about this before on this series, but I used to be in very toxic situations, or be with somebody talking to somebody, usually online, and they would want to leave and they would not want to talk to me anymore. And I would like beg and plead for them to stay, even though it was not healthy and they wanted to leave. And, I've had to learn when to walk away and when to let someone go and when to realize when something is toxic and when I need to walk away from that situation, when I know that it's no longer healthy for me and me holding on to it is not going to make it better. You have to know when to walk away and you have to know your self-worth and you have to know when to stop. And, that's been something that I've been trying to improve over the last couple of years. And it's gone really well. So, but if I go into the new year and I just keep up the same behavior of staying friends and being with toxic people and being in toxic situations and group chats or whatever it is, then every year is going to absolutely fucking suck. And, I repeat myself a lot, but, it's a very simple philosophy, You get in what you put into shit. Like, you get out what you put in. That's what I meant to say. You get out what you put in, And, a lot of people go years and years and years and never really ever figure that out. And then they wonder why their life absolutely sucks. They go years and years and, it sucks.